I, through it's a very curious thing, but I got invited to be dean of the new Wadu Business School in the early months of 2010. I'd hardly set foot in the business school, let alone been a dean. But by this time I was interested in innovation, so I saw it as an opportunity. So I started to go to China regularly for about 2 weeks at a time, about 4 times a year. And at first I thought, China, it's all about technological transfers, principally from the United States. There surely is no indigenous innovation here. And then some of my colleagues among the professors reinforced this prejudice by saying, yes, here in China, people are afraid to stand out from the group. They're conformist, they're timid, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought, well, that's that. But then my handlers started to push me out into visits to factories after a while. And I began to see with my own eyes that, my gosh, these people, maybe they're not innovating the socks off of the world, but they certainly are thinking about innovation, and they are very sophisticated. And it must be only a matter of time before before some of the ideas they have make people work, and then make people sit up and take notice. There was a zipper factory that, to this day, impressed me enormously with its creativity and its spirit. They knew everybody in the zipper business around the world, and they weren't just state of the art. They were creative. Now I prodded some of my young colleagues to do some statistical work with me, and this work is still ongoing. It's bedeviled by complications, but my tentative guess from this research so far is that the rate of growth of what economists call total factor productivity, that part of the growth of output per man hour not explained by the growth of capital per man hour, that total factor productivity growth in China is about 2%. The thing is, it's being we are being distracted from that by the continuing growth that comes from other sources in China that accounts for something like a 7% growth rate of product, or maybe a 6 or 5% growth rate of productivity per hour, and even more a few years ago. And what's this other growth coming from? Well, after technological transfers have led to the introduction of up-to-date technologies in the sophisticated companies along the coast of China, there is still the process of what Dick Nelson and I called diffusion of technologies across the rest of the economy, and what's going on in China now is 2 things. First of all, they're continuing as best they can with new technological transfers, although America is making that harder and harder for them. But at the same time, you're getting also, so to speak, technological transfers from the west coast of China to the interior of China, so that you're getting strong productivity growth through that diffusion of the cutting edge technologies that had made their way to the more pioneering companies. Well, what's the number for the United States? I said that total factor productivity growth had fallen in half, almost from day to night around 1972, 1973. What are the numbers? Remarkably, the rate of growth of total factor productivity in the United States from 1922 to 1972 was very stable, with fluctuations, but I mean it was not trending anywhere. Stable around 2% per annum. But then since 1972, it's been stable at around 1% per annum. So actually, China looks like its rate of indigenous innovation actually exceeds that of the United States. It's just being overshadowed in China by all the productivity gains coming from diffusion, plus any remaining technological transfers.